Hello everybody, and welcome back to Raven's Third Eye Tarot. I am your clairvoyant medium, Raven, here to give you guidance and clarity along your journey. So today is actually going to be like this chill, fun reading where we get to find out what your person is saying to their friends about you and to their family. We're going to get nice and personal. I am a clear reader, so anything that I do see, I will bring up and mention, all to the best of my ability and with love. So this reading was actually suggested by one of my viewers. Hey, I hope you're joining me and enjoy the video. For future reference, if you do have any video suggestions or something that you want to see, feel free to leave your suggestions in the comments for a chance to hear yours. And welcome to the pick a card portion of your reading. So today we actually have some crystals to choose from paired with oracle cards. These oracle cards will be read to you once we get to your reading. So for group 1, you have the rose quartz crystal. For group number 2, you have the raw tiger's eye. Tiger's eye was always one of my favorite growing up. And for group number 3, we have the orange calcite. I think that's like soot from my sage, but don't mind it. She still does her thing. So these are your 3 groups. Once you have picked your group, you can look down in the description box below, pick the timestamp of your group to fast track right to your reading. If you chose the rose quartz, you were group number 1, and this is your reading. So hello group 1. Today we are going to find out what your person has been saying about you to their friends, to their family. Being clairvoyant, I do get most of my messages intuitively, and a lot of times, especially in readings like these, I will probably be reading your person's energy in first person, from their perspective. But first, we're going to see where your oracle cards are. So you have play and enough. Oh my gosh, I'm channeling so much already. Immediately what I see with these dolphins, somebody is freaking ready, okay? So one of you, and it may be you, because I feel like such a frustration and pent up energy. One of you stagnant, the other is ready to freaking go. Somebody wants to play, somebody wants to have fun. Let's blend energy. Like, why can't we? Why shouldn't we? Why aren't we? Why aren't we? That's a big message that's coming through here. And this person is just this lone island. Like, I actually see that they're secluding themselves from many people. It's not just you. They're really putting themselves in a box right now. They're secluding themselves from a lot of people, keeping it on their own island to keep their focus, to handle like one thing at a time. And they're kind of mapping a lot of things out right now, I see as well. And that needs their concentration. That needs time to themselves, focus. And they kind of need, they're really in a space right now, I'm going to be honest. You're in your playful energy. You're ready to explore. You're probably trying new things recently. Getting out of your comfort zone a little bit. Socializing. I actually have been starting to wear a dolphin ring to myself, invoke that energy of playfulness, of not honestly caring what you look like or what you appear to others, but being a social butterfly and just really embracing life in the moment for what it is and having fun. And I really feel that for you. But they are in still waters. Look at this. You have rapids and waves and swishing and flishing and whatever that is. And they have stillness. Oh my gosh. Quiet, calm, stillness, contemplative, I heard as well. So that is the energy around both of you individually. And I see there's combativeness, like you're wanting to just charge in. So to not over explain any further, I'm going to now get tarot, and we're going to see what tarot has to say for you. Okay, I don't know why. I don't know why. Oh my gosh. I'm channeling like heavy laughter. I don't know if this is what you want from this, or if like this is how your person makes you feel at times. Like you could really have like the best of times and like get loose and laugh, and I just want to keep laughing. It's so freaking weird. I already see that they probably don't talk to too many people, but the people that they do talk to, they really value their opinions, their thoughts, and they might actually ask them like advice on what motions to do next, whether for you or even their lives. They may use somebody in their family or friend circle that they really get like a counsel from, in a sense, and they talk to this person. I feel like it may be just one specific person or very few, but the ones that they open up to, they're confiding in. They don't actually want their business spread around. They don't want people to know what's going on in their lives. They're not like secretive in a manipulative way. It's just the energy of really just wanting to keep their lives out of everybody else's business. They're a private person. I feel like they're actually around a lot of people who just gossip and run their mouth. The Three of Cups came up as well when I heard gossip. So they actually may surround themselves with people who are a little nosy, or they kind of want to be in everybody's business. They want to know what's going on in everybody else's life. And that may be like the topic of discussion when he hangs out with these people. So he knows, I'm sorry, I'm saying he. Wow. It's a masculine energy that I feel. And so it came out as he. But I'm not meaning to gender label anybody. We all have masculine and feminine energies within us. And either which one can be dominant. And their dominant is just the masculine energy that's coming through. Oh, I just heard they want to see you. Oh, they miss you. They want to see you. They're talking to somebody about like reuniting with you and how to go about it. It seems like they want to take you out somewhere. They kind of, I'm being shown like a lot of flashing lights. There's a lot of action, a lot of flashing lights. Like I'm getting anxiety. This may be a lot more action than you're used to. Whew. This is a very social setting. This place that they want to take you. Oh my gosh, there's like a lot of lights, a lot of people, flashy people. Like they're looking good. Everybody's looking good. The dress, there may even be a dress code is what I feel. Or there's a certain look for the environment that people try to go for. I just like casino, Vegas. This may also have to do with this person in this space that they want to take you. I don't see, and I also feel like I'm being restricted right now. My throat. I don't see that you would actually be able to touch on the things that actually matter. Touch on the things that need to come to the surface, and that you have been wondering for so long. I feel like there's something you have been wondering. They have an exclamation. They have something to explain to you. That's what I'm trying to say. And in this space, actually, I don't know if this is giving you like the opportunity. You would probably have to kind of sneak away or go somewhere after this to really have that solitude with this person. But they have spoken to somebody about this. They tried to get counsel. They wanted to know their opinions on the matter, and they did tell them they want to see you. They miss you. They think about you a lot. You are, even if they don't tell you, oh, I'm getting chills. Even if they don't tell you, and I feel like it's to that extent where like, you don't even know. You, in their minds, they're like, you couldn't possibly understand how much I think about you, how much I miss you, how much I actually want to be there with you and for you is what I also heard. And I feel like something is actually stopping them. They themselves are stopping themselves. But there's some blockage here. So we're going to get to that. But, oh, they think about you heavily. Okay, I may scoot in for this so I can see the cards better. So, first of all, they have discussions about, they just go on and on and on, and I don't feel like they don't talk about their life a lot. So when they do with the people that they trust, they can really like go in on some things, but this is kind of like it's needed. It's really their vent time or something. So I'm actually going to read right now as your person because there's some messages that are coming through that they want you to know. I've really thought about the things I did to you. I have cried about these things. I would never tell you that. I would never tell you that. I am insecure and vulnerable in that way. Like, oh, it makes me feel icky. And you give me feelings that I just didn't understand for myself. I couldn't really handle them. I couldn't embody them the way I needed to. Things really unraveled for me. And I see that I made them unravel for you. In the past, sometimes it was easier to go with another option. It was easier to go with somebody who was closer, who was more in my realm of things, in my element. They were naive though. They weren't even somebody who I wanted. They projected, they were a projection. And now it's like even those same people will look at me and wonder where I am. My head is somewhere else. I'm not the same person. I don't want the same things. I don't want them. I don't want them. And some of them may be trying to like get my attention or talk to me. But I am healing. I am choosing the courageous route. I no longer want to be the sheep. Now I want to protect the sheep. I want to become the lion. You were somebody that I hurt, somebody that I really damaged, somebody that I feel will have a hard time trusting me. You may not want to see me. I fear this. And I may come off as scary and intimidating because you don't know which side to take of me. I want to come on so timid and innocent, but you see this lion within me. Somebody who may be sly and tricky and not be trusted. You don't know if I may bite you, if I may bite the hand that's feeding me. But it's been so long. Oh, there has been so many lessons I learned in life. So many, and so many because of you. I've learned so much from you as I have started to learn of you, because I didn't actually know you before. I thought I did, and we built this friendship. We had this bond. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's making me want to cry. Oh, you may have grew up with this person as well, is what I feel. I see that they've watched you even when you weren't talking to them or they weren't around. They still were watching you and seeing you grow. I'm not happy. I've been in the state of contemplation and stillness. I've really been having to evaluate my emotions and what matters and what's real. And my job, my work life, that really takes prominence over my life and over my decisions. I have to stay aligned with that. And that's something that is really taking up my time and something that I have to value. And I feel like I have to be firm on that, because if not, then I'm scared I won't make something of myself. And I want things of myself. And it's not just a selfish thing, because I want it also for you. I want these things in your own separate life. I want you to have these things for yourself. The progression and you following your passions and really grinding and doing the things that you want to do for yourself. So I also have to do that. But in turn, I'm going to have so much more to offer to you because of this. And so I know it's taking so much away. I know that it's taking away from the connection. It's separating me. It's keeping me in this other space on this island. But right now, this is something that I have to do. Those are the messages that their higher self wanted you to know. Because a lot of these things, they would never tell you. No. I think they would be vulnerable with you. Like, I don't know what. Something's coming to mind, like cherry cake or like a cream cheese cake or something, like strawberry filling. I don't know why. Maybe that's something that they want to enjoy, or like maybe something they do enjoy, I mean. But at the same time, that is kind of to say, I need, first of all, that intimate space with you, because when you're savoring these things, you're really mindful and present in your body and in that space, right? And that's kind of what they need with you. And that's obviously what they can't have. So it's like they can't have their cake and eat it too right now. They really want you. And it's like I have to put in the work. It's like right now they're in the gym so they can even eat that, so they can come and eat that cake. Like they're getting stuff right so they know that they have the space and room for you. But let's see what they are telling their friends and family. So right off the bat, I heard differences. So they speak about your differences and how you are different, but I just heard complimentary. They say how like you are so different. People may actually point that out, and like even you may even have kids, because that's something, another message that's coming through. Like they even have kids. Like how are you going to deal with that? How are you, questioning them about the situation with the kids? But they tell them how your differences are complementary, how they don't make you more different, but they actually help your growth. Like, you bounce off each other in this beautiful way. You can grow together, you can learn together, and I feel like they're really excited to learn and grow with you in a certain area. I see, like, photography, I saw like a camera lens, even though I'm looking at one, but I was shown a camera lens. So photography or some type of art form, definitely. But they want this collaborated like effort, and they see joy and happiness coming from this, that you can actually indulge as well in each other's like joy and happiness, that those aren't so separate that you can't have even that together. They have told them how they did you wrong in the past, how they crumbled a foundation, and I just heard it didn't seem right in my eyes. Oh, they're admitting so much to this person. These things I don't feel they have spoken to you about. These are things that weigh heavy on their mind. These are things that keep them up at night. It causes them anxiety. It causes them stress. It makes them nervous to approach you. It makes them wonder if they can approach you and how you're actually going to respond. I see that they're really scared of some harsh words or your tone specifically. You probably really intimidate them by like how you speak, or by the way you speak, the things that you say, or the way that you can actually project yourself. Or really, you're a powerful, and I just heard entity. You are a powerful presence. You are somebody who deserves respect, and I just heard you demand respect, okay? And they were not respecting you in the way that you deserved. And this is something that they have communicated to this person that they speak to, and I heard it may be a sister or a feminine person. I almost said presence as well. So maybe they have, it's almost like too, even beyond that main person that they speak to, they have spoken to somebody else. It may have been like an ex, or it may have been somebody who was interested in them, and they were talking about you. Ooh, I like that, sorry. That is so sweet. So like, and I don't even think like they realized, and this person that's being spoken to is like, I don't want to hear about it. Like, you should be talking about me, and they're talking about you. That's so cute. They have a lot of remorse for what they have done and the pain that they've caused. They were toxic behaviors of theirs that they regret. They look back on and they regret these things. So much of their thoughts, I feel like they're very selective by their thoughts. I just like, oh my gosh, that was so disturbing. I just saw like mad regurgitating, like projectile vomiting. Like, first of all, they have so much to say to you, and so much that they keep inside is what it is. They don't actually purge fully. They're very selective by what they say, very selective who they open up to and who they talk to, and of what they say. They don't want people judging them. They're very worried about other people's judgment or what they have to say in the situation. This as well could affect motion in some areas with their connections, not just you, even in the past. This is something that they kind of need to, I just heard like grow from. They need to like grow beyond that, because other people's opinions don't freaking matter in the scheme of things. This is our life, and we have this, and that is, you know, it. And once we are finished with our earthly plane existence, you know, these other people aren't living your life. That's your experience for you. And so, and I heard train. Like, they may even be trying to be more mindful of this and training the way that they think in another way, so that they can live more freely to their own authentic truth, so they aren't depending on so many other voices in the matter and worried about their judgments, because they really want to make this work with you, and they don't really see how they can do it yet. You're not able to come together. Your schedules aren't matching, your energy isn't necessarily matching like on the same level to be able to manifest this into the physical present. So they have voiced these concerns to their one person, like their loss of hope in a sense. It's not that they're giving up hope, but they do have worry for this. of how it may come out. It's like a pessimistic attitude at times about the situation because they feel like they don't have a leg in the matter. They're not sure what they can do. They're waiting for the universe to show them a sign. So this is probably very frustrating. If you are in contact with this person, I feel your frustration. I'd be frustrated too. Because it's like they're waiting on the freaking universe to show them a sign or move the ball, when it's like they really could be moving the ball in some area, in some type of direction. They're just staring at it, hoping maybe the wind will come through and push it that way, and then they'll be like, oh, okay, now I'll go this way and I'll get the ball. They've really expressed in the ways that they've changed. They're proud and excited about the ways that they've changed, and they are changing, and the ways that they're growing, because I see that they're really trying to get on top of their life right now and they are more mature. They're stepping into themselves, and they are being more assertive with the things that they want. And I just heard time and patience, and I know this is, everything has its time and place. And so there's like an order of things happening. This is a chain reaction in a sense, and they may have to tackle some things before they can get to you, but that doesn't mean that you're not on their agenda. I see a calendar here. This is the 8 of Wands, but for some reason, the Wands is like a calendar, and every line is something that, you know, something to do. Like it's a slot of things going on. Their schedule's probably so busy, and they're trying to kind of like tackle everything so that they can beat these wands and finally rest easy, because this is very important for them. They don't want to stress. They don't want it to feel forced. They don't want to rush. They do not want to rush towards you, because they want to be, they want you to be sure. They want to be sure. They want to be things to be very clear and obvious. There's this energy of things being obvious in their way. Any obstacles that they may have, they want to be able to know these things, probably beforehand. For some not. They're willing to kind of just work with you, like as you talk or you get closer and they see these obstacles, they're willing to work around them and work with them, to work with you. And I just heard they have the patience. They want to be patient with you as well, because they were destructive. They were destructive in your world, and that's something that they want to mend and they want to heal. They don't want to make up for it. They want to heal it. So I'm going to get other cards now to see what their intentions are before we close the reading. They kind of, okay, so I want to say real quick, they're kind of comfortable at the same time, at times at least. They're kind of comfortable with this pause in between, because they really fantasize about you, and they are like living on these fantasies. I just heard dream world. They may dream of you, you may dream of them, and very sensual and tempting. Oh, stop. Okay. They have very sexual fantasies of you, and they enjoy those, and it's kind of like, oh my gosh, okay, they may even want to like tie you up. They may want to tie you up. They may like bondage, or you like bondage, or they want to dominate you, and they fantasize about that, about like tying you up and kind of like keeping you in suspense, and they do like keeping you in suspense at the same time. And it's like, it'll work towards my favor in the end. That's how they're kind of seeing it. So they're seeing this weight, the light within the weight. That's what helps them be patient, to just live in this fantasy realm and world and see it from the perspective of, it's like, this is tempting. You know, we have to wait, but we can make it fun at the same time. Like, this could also work to my benefit. Oh my gosh. Now get serious. So their intentions with you, first of all, they want something real, and I just heard something manageable. They want to be able to be sure that you can both fit in each other's like world nicely, and that time management, that you can both have time for each other, but they especially are trying to really have time for you. You're somebody who is kind of like elusive. You are in and out. You are all over the place. You may be busy yourself or not have much time yourself, and they want you. They want to grasp you, and they want something with a very solid foundation, something with longevity, and you are really this gold star to them. I just want to say, you are somebody of value, somebody of importance, I just heard as well. People do look up to you. They do, and I just heard ask for advice. They probably look at you for advice in some way or realm. I just heard an industry as well. You may be giving people advice or wisdom. They really value the things that you have to say and the things that you contribute to. And this person is like, you're almost unattainable. They may not feel worthy at times of you. It's like, I'm still going to try, but I don't really feel worthy. They're jumping off a ledge to get to you. And this is something that you don't know, because this is how they feel inside. They are jumping off of a ledge. This is something very scary to them, because they're taking you more seriously. You have so much meaning to them, and this is it. They value you. They don't want to lose you. They don't want to damage you. They want to keep you like pretty. They want to help you shine, is what I see as well. Like they want to polish you, like, and not in a way that you need polishing. It's just they want to kind of be active in your life in that way and help you shine. But they are so scared. They really edge on how they speak to you, the things that they say. This weighs on them so heavy that they probably are scared to approach you, and they don't want to approach you. They're, like I said, they're concerned of how you're going to take what they have to say. Why is this? Why is this concern? Because let's just see if we can get some of the meat out of the way so we can kind of prepare ourselves. It's like they may lead with their looks, or they may try and keep it really surface and like physical, and keep their real, not necessarily intentions, but their real thoughts masked behind that. This is something they may do in your connection. Like, you may even come up with it. I see it's like you're kind of slowly trying to like bring things up, or you have tried to bring some things up to them, and they may switch the topic, or they may not touch on it at all, or avert your attention. Like, well, look at this, or hear this, or you, or just look at you. Like, they try and really avert your focus from the serious matters to kind of keep it physical, because that's something that they can control. And you really do, though, excite them. This is a distraction to them. You're like, listen, I have something to say, like my mind matters, like my words matter. And they're just like, yeah, but your body too, though. Or something like that. Like, they really enjoy looking at you. I just heard they lust after you. You are very attractive to them. That's something that kind of keeps them distracted a bit and keeps things very surface, because there's a lot of emotion and a lot of things that they need to say to you. Finally, this is the card I've been wanting to get to. So you got the Nine of Cups for their intention. They want to fulfill you and all your needs. They want to be able to finally get this out, and they want to express. And everything that they will share and show to you is what I heard as well. They will share with you and show to you, and within their like explaining, like, this is why it happened. This is what's been going on. And they have so much to tell you. And it's like they want to be able to run down their whole life and be like, see, this is why. See, this is why. And so you kind of have like a better understanding, and they want to give you that peace. They really want to give you that emotional peace and relief and connection. And I feel like, ooh, I said, oh, daddy. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. They want to love on you. They really want to like make up and apologize and probably have a little makeup giddy up. They want you to melt everywhere. They want their hands on you, all over you. I will do a fantasies reading soon, because in these readings there's so much coming up, and there's just so much juicy stuff, and I want to spill some tea. I'm going to use these oracle cards again to get you advice moving forward. May you let it be. Aww. There's some cherished. I'm sorry, I'm channeling. There's some channel messages I want to say. I cherish you so much. So much. There's so much that I've gone through. So much of my life was not okay before I met you. Sorry, when I'm channeling, I may get emotional because I'm channeling their emotions. And let me tell you, they have cried about you. They have cried about you. They would never say it. Like, their higher self is kind of like, shut up. Like, they're kicking me in the butt right now. They're trying to like push me over because they don't want me to say it. We like openness and vulnerability. And you are somebody who helped me be so vulnerable. I feel safe with you. I can be my messy, dirty, like erratic, kind of crazy self. And irrational at times. And I can still come into shore and feel so safe with you. This is the picture. They are the waves and you are the shore. You are their sand haven. Oh, they love touching you. Here it comes again. Like they want to wash over you. Like the sight of you, the smell of you. It makes me just, it engulfs me. It is intoxicating. You intoxicate me. My mind, my emotions, these things surge through me that you would not believe. You do things to me that many people don't see. And I feel that this is also to say the growth that you helped give them, the insight and the love that you have given them. You have given them love that they haven't received from anybody else. Oh, this is such a heavy message. You have given them love. They haven't received this from anybody else. And they honor you for that. Oh my gosh, they respect you and honor you for that because they didn't feel lovable in that way. They didn't feel like they could be loved in that way. You're unconditional to them. You have an unconditional love. And it is tender. And they want to be forgiven. They want to come easing back in your sweet graces, and they want to know that it can be peace in the end. So that is all I see for you, group number 1. I really hope this was a fun and insightful reading for you, and this helped to give you a little more clarity to anything that you may be dealing with this person, and I will see you in the next reading. Hello! If you chose this gorgeous raw tiger's eye, you are group 2, and this is your reading. So in today's reading, we're going to find out what your person says to their friends and or family. This is meant to be a light, fun-hearted reading, but as you know, anything can come through in tarot. Being clairvoyant, most of my messages are intuitive and channeled. So I will be reading as your person. A lot of the times throughout the reading, I probably will go in and out as we find out what their feelings are, their intentions are, and what they say to other people about you. I've been feeling like since I've been channeling your energy, I've been getting like waves of anxiety. You may be suffering anxiety at this time, or this connection causes a lot of freaking anxiety. Like there's a lot of tension. There may be a lot of arguments even, or it was like toxic. It may be toxic. But your oracle card says release. May you lay down your burdens. I see that you have a choice here. I just want to say that right now because I see it. You have a choice to stay in turmoil or to freaking go. Like go into smoother waters, and I feel like this is going to be like fast paced. Like you have to do it fast. Speed for some reason may have to do with your connection, or this decision may be like time sensitive or something, or like your spirit deserves to be free, and that's the energy that I'm picking up. It's like this pull for you to please just release. That's what keeps coming through, and that's the name of your oracle card here. This is something that your guides have been telling you. I just heard I've been telling you. So somebody, if it's not your spiritual team, if you haven't been receiving like messages in that way, even somebody else may have been telling you this. You yourself may have been telling you this, like, and maybe you're not listening. that maybe you need to release this connection attachment, and I heard for some it's a toxic attachment. But all these messages too, I want to say, no matter what comes up and what comes about, this is all with your best interest in mind and only with love. I'm here to help give you guidance and clarity for your best interest moving forward. No matter what you choose, I just want you happy. I want you healthy. I want you well. I don't want you in any abusive situation or relationship. I would not want that for anybody. I feel like there may be abuse for some of you. This may be even verbally or physically. And I myself actually suffer PTSD because of abusive relationships. So I am speaking also from experience in the matter. Never would I want that for anybody. Any type of abuse. We are so much more than that. So much better. Oh, so much more potential. Rise in your motherfucking self. I'm telling you. Okay, sorry. I'm channeling so much right now. So take what resonates and just leave the rest behind. What does group 2's person want to say to them? That's not even what I meant. But let's go with that because that's what's coming through. I feel like some of you may have called the cops. Somebody may have PFA or somebody may be in prison even. And if not, this is just like the energy of it. Like they may themselves just be like an ex-convict, or they may have a record or something. It may just be like that. Just be speaking on who they are as a person in their life. I feel like you may share the same social group or setting, or they may see you when they're with friends, when you're with friends. This may be somebody who likes to party or may kind of like abuse substances as well. I'm getting a message too. It's like they may reach out to you a lot and say like they miss you. They may be the type to just say anything to get you. They may be manipulative. I'm getting such mixed messages here. They feel like you won't choose them. They don't want to lose you. They don't want you being with anybody else. There's like love here. You definitely probably had some really intimate times, like special times together. But there's this underlying, and I just heard bias, so that may resonate specifically for somebody. But there's this like underlying energy that I just can't fuck with. As if like they're being manipulative AF. Like they don't actually mean well. They're just looking after their own needs. Like they may need a place to stay, or they may use people for places to stay. And I just heard your Garden of Eden. Like you are somebody who can give them so much. You are very fruitful. You probably do very well for yourself. That's how they see you. And so I'm worried that, you know, that Garden of Eden, they may be the snake and want to take advantage of something that you have or who you are as a person, and they may use your connection as that and your the good times that you shared, or they may bring that up as well. Like we had so many good times. It's like they really just want to keep that to the surface. Like look at all the good. Here's all the good stuff. And that's the mixed energy that I keep seeing. It's like I want to see this good stuff, and I want to see it's there, and I do feel it to a certain extent. But then underneath, it's like, like, don't put your hand in a dark hole. You may get bit type energy. And I'm not judging this person at all either. It's like, I see that they, and I have this issue within myself as well. Being clairvoyant, I can see through people. So I can see who their true self is. I can see their wounds, but I can also see their potential. And when you keep your eye stuck on that potential, it can be tricky. It can be deceiving, because just because you can see the potential in somebody, just because you see somebody making effort and growing up and getting jobs, it's like somebody just got a job maybe, or that you see that they're doing things that are progressing themselves in their life, and like I just keep wanting to say like I can't trust it. I can't even trust it. I don't trust their energy, man. So I'm gonna come a little closer so I can see the cards better, and let's just see what comes out. There were times I was impatient. That came out specifically just now. There were times when I was impatient. I didn't know how to express myself. I yelled. I was so immature about it. I didn't go about it in a way that was actually beneficial for all of us to grow and really address the issues. I was triggered. This is a trauma response for me. This was a trigger. I was like triggered into totally taking you out of the topic, totally removing what we were even arguing about and making it into something else. That I made it bigger than we were. I wish that I bit my tongue in those moments. It all happened so fast. You came in and I wanted you and I had a goal and I got you and you were really loving, and there was a sense of disconnect nonetheless though. We were connected and united, but still I wasn't fully present with you. I may have been showing you something and doing something else behind closed doors. I didn't tell you my whole life. I didn't tell you my whole truth. I just heard there were other people. I wasn't right for you. But you offered love and I loved it. Kindness and patience, and I needed it. You were that safe haven for me. You were my Garden of Eden. And you have grown. You have really grown and matured, and you are beautiful. I really want to tell you, you are so beautiful. I watch you and I wouldn't tell you, but you are beautiful and I see you. You are just using your gifts and talents, and it's looking so effortless for you, and it's not so effortless for me. Sorry, when I'm channeling, I'm tapping into their energies, and it can be overwhelming and they can be really emotional at times, and this is something that really upsets them. So please just bear with me. You make it look so easy. You are effortless. You are flawless. You are flawless. And I'm nowhere near you. There's no way that I'm surprised I could even get near you to begin with. Like, how the F did that happen? How did I even have that chance? Of course I would blow it. Like, you're beyond me. You're too good for me. And so now I'm just here thinking about the dreams that I had and the plans and everything, because it didn't work out for me. Things happened and I just heard, and I'm still dreaming. I'm looking for guidance, for clarity. I just heard 1, 2, 3, but it was the song Jet, Are You Gonna Be My Girl? When they listen to music, some songs may make them think of you, they reminisce of you. Music can really have a big connection with your tie as well. They wish, they hope, they dream. It's like if we could ever be like, wow, but they don't see it happening. For some of you, they feel like their time has passed and they're on another journey. For others, it's like they're patiently waiting for you to make a decision. I see them like stuck in a corner and waiting for your word as to what to do. Very patiently though, very patient. Maybe calculated action. They're not actually being true to how they feel. They're not moving on their true emotions. I feel like they kind of protect and guard that. Like that vulnerable side of them. Yeah, they said, I don't want to look stupid. They feel like they'll look stupid if they would even tell you how they really felt. Some may even fear the rejection. They do keep themselves busy. They keep themselves distracted, and I just heard entertained. Like whatever they gotta do is what they're gonna do. But I feel like they have a lot going on, a lot of juggling. It's a juggling act. Some things I feel like there's probably drama in the background. There's things going on. I see it's like their family life that they don't want other people to know. Anybody on the outside, they don't want them in their family life business right now. And that is something that keeps them separated from you as well. That keeps them waiting. They wonder how you see them. They were probably somebody who was very smooth and romantic. Maybe they made all these like romantic gestures, like wrote you letters or something, wrote to you in some way. And I just keep hearing played you music. So they may have wrote you a song even or something like that. And they come with all these extra things. And it's because they don't feel like they're enough themselves. If they would ever come to you, they wouldn't just come with themselves. They would make sure to have other offerings, peace offerings, I heard as well. But in general, when they had come to you to begin with, when you met them, I feel like they wanted to seem like somebody who can like woo you. Somebody who could have their baby. They wanted a child with you. You also may be a mother. They like in you. They like to see that. Mothering comes big to them. I just heard it's like a fetish. Somebody could have like this mother type fetish, but it's like a kink. Like that's who they are attracted to, is the mothering type. But this, it's like they're seeking though. They're seeking the mother that they didn't have in other women. And that's something that, it gets them messed up. So in relationships, this may have been something that you yourself had found was an issue. Like, I'm not your mother. But they actually really like that in their people that they're attracted to. They like if you're a parent, a mother, they find that extra attractive. It's like you have more to bear then. Like, you're fertile. You have a lot. You have to provide for them. So your place is really kept. You make sure that there's food, that there's like clean clothes, that everything is in order around, and you're cozy. You're in a nice little cozy, homey space. And they're like, can I slide in that space? Like, can I come just chill on your freaking couch? They wouldn't say that, but that's the energy they're coming about it. Like they would just chill on your couch, and they appreciate being able to be comfortable in that setting, in that space. There has been misleading actions in the past. Lies. Yes. So many. I'm so sorry. This person. I'm sorry, I'm making all these weird noises. I see in their workspace, there has been like sneaky stuff happening within their workspace, things that they didn't tell you about, or it's like something would happen within their workspace. Listen, I'm about honesty and clarity, because if we don't know the honest truth, then we are being misled and misguided, and I don't want to mislead or misguide you in any way. I want to give you every possible truth that I can and let you know everything that I see here for your own benefit. And I do want to say, you may or may not have been aware of this, but in their workspace, they'd have some sly stuff going on. And then before like you would come around, or before you would even know, they booted them, like switched that up real quick and made sure that nobody knew. It's like they cleaned up their mess. Nobody would even know. Nobody would be the wiser. They're protecting it. They're hiding it. They're guarding it from you. And it's like then you approach and there's, oh, hey, how you doing? Like they're this whole other freaking person guarding their BS. They're protecting it. They're protecting themselves. And this was happening in their workspace, and often, and it was like an entanglement within their workspace, or like that was honestly kind of a way for them to, I just heard, get with other people, or see other people, to be able to, and it's like to have it justified in their freaking mind. That's why, like, I can flirt because that's just, it's part of my job. Like, that's how, I'm supposed to. I need to do this and that. And no, you're being sly and sneaky. You better get out of here with that. You better stop. Like, respect. Put some respect on it. Now that we have a better overview of who this person is and what they have been doing and had going on, I'm going to see what they actually tell other people, because then I just heard this is a whole other narrative. They may be telling other people some off the wall stuff, just to like make the situation not seem as bad. They don't want to lie about you. They don't want to lie about you. And I just heard they really do love you. So these things, even though they acted these types of ways and whatever, most things that we do in life, they stem from wounds. They stem from the way we grew up, the things we were exposed to, and I just heard for them, I had to adjust to. And it's like, this is just who they had to become. I just heard a bum. Like, they weren't ready for you. I'm not calling them a bum. But that's probably like the energy and the space that they were in, or how they felt about themselves. Like, they were a bum. They weren't actually meant for you. They didn't deserve you. Sorry, it shut off. But they just disrespected you, took advantage of you, and that's who they were. So now we're going to see what they say to their friends or family. They're not even honest with them about how they actually feel. They always just want to keep face. I'm going to be honest. They don't know how to be honest with themselves at times. It's like they just want to put on a show. They think it's like protecting them, but it's not. Okay, listen. They tell them, first of all, that you're strong and you're no one to F with. They have warned people about you. Somebody, I think, was like saying, oh, I'm going to do this and do that. Da, da, da. They're trying to cause drama, trying to cause trouble. And they were like, listen, F around and find out. Like, you're gonna feel the wrath of this person. They do not, I got chills. They do not mess around. Stop messing with them. I think somebody was like really trying to mess with you, trying to F you up. Like somebody was talking about beating you up or something even. And they're like, first of all, this person is not scared of you. They kind of find it laughable because like, the person's, it feels like immature. Whoever was just running their mouth or wanting to like come at you, they're just immature. And this person's like, listen, they come very well balanced and I heard established. They don't mess around and they mean what they say. And I am warning you, if you freaking do it, then you're dealing with it. You are dealing with it. You are a force. And they are scared of you in that way. They actually they don't want to get on your bad side. They don't want to be on your bad side. You will shoot a freaking, look at that. You will shoot a blazing arrow right into them without hesitation. That's what, like, that's the energy. Like, they already know. They know not to mess with you too. They know not to mess with you. But they hide their feelings, their true feelings. And I feel, again, this manipulative energy. They probably actually lie about their feelings to other people. They actually may deflect. You may not be such a topic of discussion in their lives because they deflect. If something would come up about you, a page of wands is out here too. And it's like, but look at this shiny thing. Like, easily distracted. They really try and push the energy elsewhere. They don't want people to know. They don't want to speak on it. They don't want to say anything. They don't want people necessarily to know the full truth and extent. Is a big word here. They don't want people to know the extent of it all. To the extent of their emotions. Of their lack. How much they actually are lacking. They don't even want people to know that. So this is your person, and behind this cup, you see it's like that sly face. I see though, behind it, if they would move that, they'd be so sad, melancholy, depressed, lacking energy, lacking interest in a lot of areas. Oh, they are restricting themselves. I see they're choking themselves here. They're holding the neck of that cup, and they aren't expressing anything. They don't want to. It's very upsetting. They're disappointed in themselves. I didn't give you the chance that you deserved. I wasn't the king you needed me to be. I didn't step up to the plate. Oh my gosh, I was so weak and disgusting. I was so weak. And petty as well. I went to other people to feed my ego. And I didn't let you know. And they're rhyming a lot. So they may be a poet or somebody who does definitely do music. They definitely have written songs about you, poetry about you. That is their way to get this out, to without being judged too seriously. That's how they're able to express how they feel about you, is through their poetry, through their writing, through their music. They have expressed, I feel like their mother, like they have talked to their mother about you, or their sister, and or probably both for some of you, and they spoke on some really light things, some things that gets really enjoyed together, the happy times, the lighter times, the less dramatic times that you had together. And it's like, we really had so much fun. We really could have done so much more together, because I feel like you were just on your journey. You did not get to go far. There was just so much packed in such a little time. There was all types of like plans, like I see road trips or traveling that you would have done with this person, like so many plans that could have been in place and in motion and just never happened. And this is something they have mentioned to those that they keep close. I feel like they have a male friend that they confide in as well, but they kind of don't want that person to know too much. They're like jealous, like in that way. They don't want that male friend to, male or masculine. It's a masculine energy that I'm picking up. So regardless of what they claim themselves to be, it is a predominantly masculine energy that I feel here and see. And it's like this masculine, they don't want to open up too much to this person because then they're worried that they're going to turn around and like scoop you up. Like they're like, and a lot of times, yeah, they don't actually want to bring you up. Like they're scared that somebody's going to scoop you up, and they don't want it to be somebody that they know. They're very jealous. Even though they couldn't do right by you and keep you or like do these things with you and for you, they're still jealous in that way that they wouldn't want to see somebody else make you happy. That's not to say that they don't want you to be happy, but that is not their first thought. I'm going to be real. Yeah, narcissist. They're very narcissistic. Even if it's about you, it's going to be about them first. And it's not that they don't want you to be happy, but they don't want to see it. Yeah, they'd throw a tantrum. But it's because they regret it. Like they freaking, you know, I just want to say, like, you did it to yourself. What do you expect? I also see there were a lot of voices in the matter. A lot of people saying that, like, you probably shouldn't be together. They were really negative. They were really influencing this person, influencing their decisions, influencing where they should be and what they should do. I feel like, and that's the only close circle that they have. It's like a family unit, but it's a very toxic one, very controlling, like probably manipulative one. And they were actually trying to appease them as well. These people are like, you have duties elsewhere and responsibilities elsewhere. Like, why would you even talk about this person? Why would you even look at them like them? Like, what the, worry about this, worry about us. Like, selfish. I feel like they need to like separate from these people, because these people damaged this person. They actually caused a lot of their wounds. The family unit had caused or attributed to a lot of this person's wounds and the things that they learned, the behaviors that they learned to do. And they learned manipulation from these people. And these people are just always in their freaking business. And I see then that's why, like, they don't talk about too much about you, because you, I just heard like sacred and special. You are that to them. Even though their actions probably didn't show it, you are private to them. You're private in their life. They have said how nurturing you are, how giving, how caring. You may have even let them live with you for a time. They had spoken on that. They contemplate about you. Like they think about you. They may actually want to plan, and I'm sorry, there's like mad birds flying right now. Confirmation for me. But because traveling to see you, they want motion. I don't see that they are actively going to do this like soon, but they actually do think about how they can see you, like what setting it would be. Like they wonder how they could come in contact with you without actually like having to reach out to you. You fell out of a shared space together. You don't even share like the same community, the same hangouts, the same people, the same environment. They themselves actually took themselves out of something. A network circle is what I see for some. A social circle. They removed themselves from the people that they used to be in contact with. And so now it's like, I'm not even there. How am I going to see them? How are they going to find me? There's a lot of things now that they have to juggle. There's a lot of things, and these are kind of like painful and like tedious things that they're dealing with, and people. I feel like there's somebody in their life as well that's a very toxic, dominant person, and they really control them. Like they spy on them. They may have their passwords. They may see what they're doing all the time, and this person doesn't even feel safe with them. Like they can't be themselves. They have to operate within their rules, within what they are allowed to do, the things that they're allowed to do. And so they're not, no. If they reached out to you, I'd be very shocked if you're in communication with them right now. Because if they reach out to you, this dominant person is going to know about it. They feel like they're going to know, they're going to see, and it's going to be just a whole lot of crap from me. And it's not worth it right now. I have too much going on anyway. I feel like this person tries to spy on you too. They probably keep track. Oh, they are deep in it. Like, they will constantly be in this person's phone and like accuse the other person and constantly try and see what you're doing and if you're messaging them or what you're up to, because they don't want you to be in this person's life, and they don't even really want this person either, but they're just being like this toxic attachment there is. I see too, like, they may have kids, they may share kids with them, they may have their own kids, and they use that as leverage. That's coming through as well. Now we're going to see though what their intentions are. And I just heard it is to come back around in some way, shape, or form. They may want to create with you, or they may want to like, or that may be kind of like the energy that they come back to you in as like help. Or maybe they may speak about something that you do that could be like creative. Like, that's their in though, is it has to be like in a creative space. That's their way to get to you. They don't want to cause you any more harm. They don't want to cause your family any harm. In some way, they may have caused your family harm and that upsets them. You may even have children and they feel like they harmed them and that upsets them. And that is something like they think about. You may even have a son, to be very specific. But they even think about like how this affected more than just you, those you love and around you in your safe space. They came in and they were like this toxic parasite in your safe space. I don't even think they would come back around. Ooh, that would take a lot of nerve for them to come back around, because they're embarrassed of how like they left, how they left you, how they left your space, or the people that you love, like the impression that they left. Their intentions, at least right now, is to love you from a distance, because they do really have love for you. They see potential in you. I mean, that is something that it's obvious. There's a lot of potential in you. Even, sorry, I'm channeling. Not even for like a romantic sense. In your professional, in your professional life, they see so much potential in you, so many things that you're achieving and you're going to achieve. And like, they're not even on your radar is what they said. Like, you're moving so far beyond them and so fast. They don't want to make another mistake. Did you freaking hear that? That was my candle. I'm gonna take that as spirit confirmation. Have you ever heard a candle freaking bubble and gargle? What the frick was that? They want to leave you in your peace. That's what I'm trying to say. They don't want to disturb the peace. It's like that I've done enough. They have themselves made peace with certain things. So I saw multiple times that you do have the spiritual connection. I want to say that, but also you have a spiritual insight. You have a spiritual know. You are connected and tethered with them in that way, in the psyche sense. You knew what they were doing. You told them, like, they would deny it. But you told them, like, you freaking knew stuff that they didn't tell you, they didn't show you. There's no way you can know. How the F could you know it? And you knew it. And that's something that they're acknowledging. And it's like, I'm a fool. Like, I could be found out and I can't even approach this person now because the way I behaved was just trash. I'm not actually deserving of you, and I don't have what you may want, what you may need. I don't have for you. And you are somebody that's just high above me. You're a queen in their eyes. And they're this peasant that once had a chance. They do send you love. They do hold space for you still in that way. They may kind of creep up on you sometimes. Like, I don't think you would see them or notice that they're spying on you, but I do see them like looking at you somehow. And or they may, in time, secretly send you a message. They want you to know that what they felt was real. What we did feel and have together, we shared things together that I would never share with anybody else, that I haven't even shared with anybody else, and that was real. And that was me. And that was something that I could actually be me in that space. And you were you, and you were soft, and you were open, and you were beautiful. They really value and cherish those precious moments that you did have together. And I see why that's why they would have tried to keep the good stuff, you know, up front, because that's what they are holding on to, and that's what they would want you to hold on to as well. But I feel like they used to use that as a manipulation, but now it's like, now it's a memory. And it's something that they can no longer express to you for the sake of their own journey, honestly. For the sake of them being able to move on, they had to repress these things. They were this sly, moving little shyster. There was a heavy sexual attraction though. Heavy. I'm being shown, oh, they like to please you. They were the dominant. And you were the precious gem, the precious receiver. Like, they really enjoyed that space with you. Even still, they think very dirty things. Very dirty things about you. They may reminisce about some things and like fantasize like other things that they could do with you, or like that they could have done. Not to get too personal, but it's showing me that like near the end or at some point you were kind of venturing in beyond their realm of comfortability and of things that they have tried like in the bedroom, and that's something that they think back to, like that blew their freaking mind. That blew their freaking mind. And they don't have that with anybody else. I'm gonna just let you know that. They don't have that with anybody else. You had a special connection, heavy. And it, you know, it could have been toxic at times though. In some ways as well, in that manner, they actually don't even want somebody else. They would prefer you. They weren't somebody who could have provided for you financially. They weren't able to offer you a stable home, a stable foundation. You probably like made up the lack then. And so I see them like implanting and like latching on like an alien, just and taking your love and taking these things and really kind of being like selfish about it. Their intent is to love you from afar and continue these dark hidden secret fantasies. I'm gonna pull some oracle cards for your final messages and words of advice, but I want to say too real quick, because it's something that popped up, that I think they like ran off like to the bathroom at some point and like had to handle a situation because of the thought of you, and whether you want to know that or not. Let's get some advice moving forward. That was a heavy, and I want to say like a situationship. They get really upset when they think of you. They do miss you, but you're so unobtainable right now and so far disconnected from their world and their life as they are to yours. And the thought of you, and that's why they try and keep themselves distracted too, because the thought of you is just very upsetting. It's a very sore spot for them. But this card is gorgeous. Magic. May you flow with the divine. And I want to tell you, everything that you felt was to be true within that connection was true. Every intuitive ping, every notion, every sensation. When they were gone, I feel like they even... And I'm not meaning to bring these things up. I really am not trying to upset you at all, because this is very upsetting. But there was even a time where they were messaging you while they were with somebody else. And I want you to know that you can trust your intuition, because I think you saw it as toxic. You saw your abilities, your capabilities, your foresight, your insight as like toxic. Like you may have shut it down at a point because of this relationship. And I think that's like the point of this message here, is that trust your intuition, trust your insight, your beautiful, beautiful, beautiful insight, your beautiful gift, and know that it is all a blessing, whether it was upsetting or not. The knowing is the blessing, because then we can move forward in whichever way we need to that is best for ourselves. And that is what was best for you, was to move on and release them. And even if there is still an attachment, there's no way that it would be okay if you would go back into this person's life right now. Oh, it would cause so much upset for both of you. This is a divine, like a divinely separated thing. And I just heard it served its purpose. So whatever growth you obtained within that, whatever knowledge, insight, this connection served its purpose for you. Yeah, your guides, they're telling me like they want you to know, trust your intuition with with everything that you're doing right now, specifically, I heard as well, trust your intuition and don't be scared to speak your truth. Even if you feel like you pick up on something and people don't believe you, take it as an honest message. Whether they don't have to believe you, but it is true what is coming through for you. I just heard a glow up. Like, you're really going through transformations. You went through like a cycle, and now you're transforming out of it. You are full blooming, like full bloom moon, and I just heard you're needed. Something having to do with your insight and your know that is needed right now, and this connection had damaged it at a point. It had damaged your trust in it. I just heard, don't fear it, go near it, and see it as a blessing and as a guide for you, because it is. So that is all that I see in the cards for you. I'm so sorry if that was kind of like long-winded. I hope it was digestible, and I hope it gave you any guidance and clarity that you may have needed, and I'll see you in the next reading. Hello! If you chose the orange calcite, you are group number 3, and this is your reading. So today we're going to see what your person says to their friends and family about you. Being clairvoyant, most of my readings are done intuitively through channeled messages. So I will be also reading the cards in first person as your person. I'll probably be going in and out of that, but you'll notice. But we're going to kind of get an overview of your connection, and then we're going to see what they say to other people about you and their intentions towards you, actually. And then we're going to end that on advice. But we're going to see your oracle card first. Strength. May you extend your reach. When I see this card, I see it's like you're scared to go out there. Like, you may be scared to put yourself out there, or you're like scared of the water. You're scared to get your toe wet. Like, anytime maybe somebody gets close to you, you kind of like back off or shy away. Like people or events even, like you may be shying away from events or be scared to like go to events or tiptoeing around it. And I just heard you should. So Spirit's telling me that you should push yourself beyond your own boundaries, not like drastically or any like dangerous way, but safely. Don't be scared to dip your toe. And kind of venture and get to know people and get to know different things. And yeah, there's a whole sea out here and you're not exploring it, but it's just beyond that initial step, probably out of your comfort zone or past your fears, beyond your own boundaries. So now we're going to see the energies around this connection. I just heard not this time, so that may resonate specifically for somebody here. Hey group 3, so as you can tell, I'm now having to use my ring light. I really hope the lighting is up to par enough. But anyway, so sorry there's no more natural lighting. I'm having a really hard time tuning into their energy. Somebody isn't around, whether that's just physically in your area, around you physically, and that is why I'm having a hard time channeling. There's just a really big gap, an energetic gap, and a disconnection. It's like I'm in just this pool. A sound deprivation tank. I feel like I'm in a sensory deprivation tank. I don't feel anyone around me, and I can't even tell if this is your energy or the person I'm channeling. I'm getting so many messages from these oracle cards though. Somebody, they look out for you or look over you, like they watch you and your struggles and things like that. If this person is here on the physical, they still do that. Even if like they're not in connection with you, whether they are or aren't, there's somebody who like, they're like protective of you, they watch you, but I don't see them interfering. That's something that also came through. Like and I just heard scouting. So take that as it resonates. Somebody may be speaking to their parents, father in particular, because that's something that came through really strong. I see you may have blended families in some aspect, whether you're married or like somebody in the family is like married or joins you. I feel like there's family ties even outside of you and this person that will probably tie you together. If it's not family, then it's some type of like close-knit community or group, possibly even stretching to say like an organization, a team. I just want to say too, I'm channeling somebody's energy. They're like, so one of my viewers here, beautiful lovelies, you're like skeptical of readings. And I'm going to be real. That in itself kind of like messes up the channel because I'm just picking up on that. Like the skepticism. And so I just want to bring that to your awareness in case you watch any other tarot videos for people who are clairvoyant, who can tune into the energies and don't just read the meanings of the cards, that they may also pick up on that. Some of the readings it actually can make them be muddled. It could just like confuse the reader. But I'm just throwing that out there because I can feel it. I mean, I don't care. Do your thing. I'm happy you're here. I'm excited. You know what I mean? Like, let's learn together. Let's grow. Let's look at something new. So anyway, you can be stern at times. Like, I'm getting a lot of messages from you. You may be very analytical. I'm not sure if you ever dated this person. If this is any type of romantic situation, they haven't actually snagged you up yet. I feel they may see like competition, or they may be trying to fight for your attention, or they may kind of like juggle multiple people. This could be somebody, for some of you, who is like a polygamist or has like an open type of relationship where they can go and still mingle with other people, or that is something that they are currently doing. It's just kind of perusing the field in multiple different areas, different types of people, different types of like energies and egos I see. And like, I'm being shown that they are single, but they are on the hunt. This page is still looking elsewhere. They're kind of perusing around, but they want to lock somebody down, whether that's you or that's just in their mindset, that they are on the hunt for somebody to be theirs, but they have like wandering eye, they're looking around, they're not taking anyone too committedly. If they know you, I'm not getting the energy that they do know you very well. They're trying to get that opportunity to know you, or to know you better. They're almost sitting as well, like they waited their turn for you. For some, they may have like been waiting their turn to get close to you, or to make their presence more known is what I see as well. It's like somebody coming out, it sounds kind of creepy, somebody coming out in the middle of the hallway and like now you see them, like they can be seen now. But they may have been like in the shadows, or like in a line of people that you wouldn't have noticed them otherwise. Maybe they're trying to be more obvious. You may be in like a work environment or a setting where maybe you shouldn't be as liberal with your emotions or romantic gestures like that. So they may be trying to like show you signs that they are interested without crossing a line, without, I just heard like breaching contract for some of you, whatever that may mean. I just heard they mean well. They may be just shy. They may be introverted. It's like they are slowly unraveling, and that's how they get to know people too. Like, they will not let you see all of them at once. You may not even think much of them, because I don't feel like you would know them enough, or at least their true self enough. If you are familiar with this person, I feel like you know them on a very surface level. They have layers and levels to them. Mainly levels. But I'm being shown like they slowly unravel to you. They slowly unravel to people. They may be kind of weird, kind of quirky, and I just heard offbeat. They may be a little offbeat. They may be a little different. They may wear a lot of black, I just saw some of them. And I definitely get that introverted vibe. Like, they don't actually care to be seen too much, but they do want you to see them, or they want to be more prominent to you. They want to be more present and prominent. I don't see that they actually talk to anybody. I feel like if anything, this is an admirer. It could even be like a secret admirer, somebody who hasn't fully, and I just heard like developed, somebody who hasn't fully admitted or expressed their curiosities with you. their interest in you. I also just got the sense it's like they probably tried to approach you multiple times, but it may not have been in the right way or a way that is very true to their intentions. And so like it's like they kept going forward but then backing off, and kept coming but then backing off. Or they may have tried to like reach out to you or like written up a message. They could have even written up a text or something and were about to send it multiple times and just never actually sent it. But this is their intent. They are trying to make physical moves to connecting with you and getting your attention. They don't want this to just be something that they desire. They want it to be an actuality. I feel like this is, I just heard bold moves. It may seem little to you, or if you know this person and understand the situation I'm explaining, maybe their gestures weren't that grand. To them, they were though. But to you, you might have just brushed it off. Or you haven't been taking them so seriously. Because I don't feel like, to them, it feels like their efforts are kind of big. Anything that they do to reach out to another person to connect, and I just heard emotionally as well, but to connect with another person, these things are big to them because they don't do them often, and I feel like they're not very good at it, or they're not well versed in connecting in this way. A lot of times they're hesitant, or they just sit back and watch from a distance. They'll admire you from a distance, but they won't make that connection. So I'm going to be getting some other tarot cards to see if there's anything else we need to know and what they are telling their friends and family. Let's get deeper into this. Now that I channeled a little bit, kind of getting in there. They're a hard nut to crack, I swear. Yeah, the Knight of Swords in reverse. There's a frustration, there's a buildup, there's like a want for motion, for things to be said and things to happen and stuff, but there's not much motion. There's a hesitancy. And I just heard, am I a joke to you? That may resonate specifically for somebody. So by them saying that, I feel like something may have offended them, or I'm really feeling like they made a move towards you, some type of gesture, some type of like action. It may not have been as obvious as they feel it was though, but I don't feel as it was reciprocated, and they took it really personally. And they're like you're, they may have like got in their heads like, you're no better than me, like why did you respond that way? It's something with your response that didn't meet their expectations, and it made them feel insecure in some type of way. It may have even like shut them down, shut them out. You may have rejected them in some way. I really feel like this person doesn't speak a lot. They may be very shy. They guard, I just heard they guard and coven. Look at, geez. They guard and coven their emotions. They keep to themselves. They may journal, or they may write about certain things. They may have like another outlet, but it's not directly to anybody else. I see nobody else. It's almost like I don't even see you at times. That's to say that they are really caught up in their heads, in their own mind, and probably their own world or realm of thinking. But with the Ace of Cups and the King of Wands, both reversed, what this is showing me is that they are first of all, they are very protective of their emotions. And I heard they can snip. They probably have a little bit of a flame, a little bit of a freaking attitude. Like their temperament isn't always great. And if something triggers them, they might kind of snap, react. You may not always see this. Like if somebody was behind closed doors, they would definitely probably see it. Eventually they would see that for sure. But they may try and keep their composure in front of people. But I feel like inside they're like going off, mumbling in their heads about stuff. They're very protective of their emotions, of their feelings, of their heart. And they take it seriously, and the littlest thing could actually trigger them or make them feel like you're not taking them seriously. And I also see that that is something that has happened. I don't know if you're aware of it. And if you are aware of it, what they want to tell you is how upset they are. That they feel that they're their efforts, their gestures aren't being either appreciated or reciprocated. For some of you, this person may have to live with some type of condition that makes it hard for them to translate emotion, to possibly recognize certain emotions. They could, be on any type of spectrum where it's actually hard for them to like process and work through these things. So there is this sense of like egomania, or like they get offended so easily. And it's like they don't know how to react to certain things emotionally. And I don't see that it's necessarily like their fault. I really feel like maybe there's some underlying condition. They may have felt for you for a long time. They may have watched you for a very long time, or like admired you from afar for a while now. Now they're just trying to make their presence known, and not even really their intentions. They just want to get your attention, and they're like mad because their efforts aren't being reciprocated in the way that they want. If they have been snippy at all, if they have been seeming like easily offended and things like that, I don't feel like you should take this personal. This is personal to them, as everything is in this life. Everything is only personal to us. This is only personal to them. How you respond, they have a choice of how to receive that and how to process it. And this is just how they're receiving and processing it with the information that they know. Meanwhile, I feel like you're kind of just going about your stuff. You don't have all the information that they have. So your perspectives aren't the same. You're not on the same page. I feel like this person represses a lot of how they feel, or their intentions are not clear. What are they saying to friends and family? Yeah, I don't feel like they talk about you. I just don't. I feel like they keep it to themselves. Like, I wish I could pull like a rabbit out of the hat. You know what I mean? Like, that's what this reading is, to like let you know. But hey, if that's not the case, that's not the case. I'm not gonna tell you something that's not here. If they do talk to anybody, they'd probably act like they didn't have an interest in you, or like it wasn't that serious. Like you wouldn't be a main topic in their discussions with other people, if you come up at all, is what I feel. I don't know if they clam down and just stop talking about you, but I don't feel like they have been. You are still somebody that they are seeking. I feel like they're gonna come back around. Like, they may have to go through this like process. They have to go through some process, whether it's a healing process or one where they avert their focus and attention to other things, other responsibilities, other achievements that they have going on, or that they have to tackle before they can like make motions back around and feel confident and comfortable. A message that came through too is they may idolize you. I really feel that's what's trying to come through, because I don't understand this. It's like they're saying surrender to me, and they're so happy. They're just in their own little space, and you would have no control. They want the control, and it's not a dominating thing. It's nothing sexual. Like, they want to just take that pretty package and make it something that molds their picture. Let me get some clarifiers. I definitely see like an idolizing going on. Like, they see you in this certain light, and it's almost like if you would break character, it would upset them. And that's another thing too with somebody with like an underlying condition or disability, where they do need things very structured. They do need things consistent. And so that makes, it helps their anxiety, makes their world feel all right. And it's like, if you would act out of character, out of the person that they see you as, it may upset them. It keeps coming up as there's these like rules and like guidelines, and you have to abide by them. You need to stay in line. They're very strict. There's not very much wiggle room for you to be anything but it's like what they are training you to be, who they are training you to be, or who they want you to be. There's almost a defiant energy that's coming through as well, though. It's like, you're telling me to do all these things, but are you missing who I am? Or you're telling me to do all these things, but I don't want to. Like, that's not how I want to live. That's not actually how I want to be. And if you are trying to abide by this, if you are in some type of situation or connection with this person, I could see where you're doing this to keep the peace and make them feel comfortable, especially if they have any underlying conditions, that you are trying to do this for their stability and their happiness. You wouldn't necessarily want to break character. You feel like that'd make you feel bad if you did, or there would be like a big mess to clean up if you did that. I feel like it's just easier this way. They're probably not somebody who shares their business often to a lot of people, to anybody. If they do, they don't share any like real intimate stuff. It's not things that they actually really keep close to their heart, the personal matters. But I feel like they want this honest communication with you, for you to see them. It's like, see me now. I keep getting that. Like, I want you to see me now. I want you to see my truth. I want to be honest with you. I want to be taken seriously. I want to know or see if you will take me seriously. I also heard like the test of time. They want to know, how long is the good gonna be? It's almost like they're questioning, well, how long can this go on for? How long is this gonna last? Can I trust you with that? Like that task of being who I need you to be. So now I'm going to see what their intentions are. If you are in contact with this person, I feel like you had an argument and you're on the outskirts with them. It just keeps coming up like there is some type of energetic gap and distance right now. Even if you are like with this person or in communication with this person, I feel like there would still be, and you would probably feel it, that there would still be this gap in some way. I also just heard the word autistic. So maybe this is somebody, I don't know, maybe you don't know this person is autistic. For some of you, obviously not everybody's going to be. But for some of you, you may not know yet or realize or understand that this person is autistic. But that is a message that has come through multiple times now. So I feel like for some of you, you were just kind of like unaware of this. So maybe you don't understand how they're reacting and their emotions, and this has something to do with it. I definitely get this feeling where this person may be mature physically, but like mentally, they may not be as mature. They may lack some emotional capacity to some degree. They're trying to make the outer world match their inner world, so it makes sense to them. They may be really fixated on you. They may also like want to, for some of you, they may want to impregnate you. This is where I'm getting the impregnate message. They're holding like the ball, like, you know, you're pregnant and now they get to hold it. They get to hold the world that you created, hold the life that you created. So there is a message in here for sure about creating even a life with you. Even if it's not, you know, a physical manifestation turned into a baby. They want to cultivate this life with you. But it is very protective, very confined, things are very much noticed. This person is very particular. They may, you know, want things to function a certain type of way, but they do want a safe space for this. They may be somebody who, when you're comfortable with them, you would actually see a side of them that nobody would ever get to see. For some of you, they may be a nudist or just like enjoy being in the nude, kind of just vulnerable and safe and playful and kid-like is what came through as well. Not so serious all the time. They really are emphasizing that they like to have their mind this like clear space, and I heard it's kind of a heavy place. So they like to have a clear space, and they like to be sure of their surroundings or sure of what's happening in their world. And their intentions are to be cultivating this with you, for you to like accept this offering, to kind of mold into their life and to be this person that they need you to be. It's more so, can you fit into my world? Do you fit into my world? And how long can you successfully? I definitely feel like there may have been arguments or fights about this or disagreements in the very least. that even if you are just like working together, you do work together in some way. Even if you are a couple, because the Lover's card did come out, that there is some type of like union or connection here. If you work with them, even in your workspace, now that's a place that they really like to keep calm. And I feel like you both do. You're both very mindful of this, that you want to keep the workplace very copacetic, okay, very balanced and tempered, and really fixated on I just heard like creativity and collaborating, and really let's get these projects done, things like that. But some of the issues could leak into even that workspace with you, and you can have disagreements. I see that as well. For some of you, I do see there's something with like financials or being stingy or like not budging. So being stubborn. Your person may just be very stubborn, and it's like my way or the highway, bud. You gotta pick one. With this Queen of Cups, I'm being shown that they admire you, that they may actually like really enjoy complimenting you, looking at you, making you feel attractive and pretty and wanted, and or handsome even. And that's something that they really want to do for you, and that makes them feel good. Then like seeing you feel good makes them feel good. And so it is this like mirroring effect. They don't do it for themselves, they really just enjoy that. But that is something that brings them a lot of emotional fulfillment, like emotional satisfaction. They could bask in that energy for a while. They also could like your work ethic, and I see as well for some of you, they want to thank you for like picking up slack. I feel like there's areas where they may not do something. They may sit it out, is what's being shown to me. It's the energy of somebody sitting something out and you taking the legwork, and they want to thank you for that. So if that resonates with you, that message is for you, because you have this like skill set. Like you do so much work. You're very dedicated to the things that you do. You may do a lot of tasks. You may do a lot of things. You may be running around, buzzing around, or using a lot of your skills and your talents and your capabilities. And I don't feel like they are as active in that way. And that's something that they value of you, and they want to thank you for, because it's you balancing them out in that way. Even if you're not together, if you aren't together with this person, that is something that they see within that world that they want to cultivate with you. That's something that they admire and they can acknowledge. That's something that could work between you in the future. They're seeing the potential in that. I also see too, if they don't compliment you to your face, they do on the inside. Like I said, they aren't always so outwardly expressive, but they admire you. They really admire you. They have a lot of admiration for you. So I'm going to get some advice moving forward. The first card says, courageous. May each breaking wave build your courage. And the next says, reveal. May openness lead you to connection. So there is a situation here where emotions aren't always expressed in the right way or directly or the way that they need to be, or they're not digested correctly in some way. There's an emphasis on tending to the emotional aspects with this person. So they have a lot of emotion. They have deep emotion. These things are hard to express, like I had said many times. And they are asking you to be patient with them, actually, because they want to be understood. They want you to understand them, if at all possible. But they also want you to allow for the space for that understanding, for the patience for that understanding. Sorry, I don't know where I cut off, but they want the space and the patience for the understanding. And for you to kind of like ride the crazy waves with them, to be able to learn how to ride the waves with them, because it's like they go through a lot of turbulence. I'm picking up as well. They themselves go through a lot of turbulence, and it's tough. It's like it's hard being me. I want patience. I want time. I want to be able, I think I said too, that they slowly unravel themselves and be known and be learned, so that you could both work together on that. and that will take space and time. At times they may need distance from you, and I don't want you to take that personally either. That's how they can really process things and cope at times. Sometimes that's a coping mechanism. Sometimes that's just them really processing how they feel, what they feel. They want to be able to say what they feel. I feel like they have a hard time saying what they feel. Woo! But if you can see here with all these cards, here's some huge waves and here's the depths, but then there's calm, there's stillness, there's almost nothing. But each of these are so heavily weighted. There's so much volume. There's so much like, and this is to say towards their emotions, a lot of depth. There's a lot going on. And it needs explored. And it needs time to be explored as well. So you may have to be patient with this person emotionally, and that is something that they are actually asking of you. They want you to understand them, understand their emotions, their motives, their I also heard as well, like I saw like the moon cycles, even because with the water, you know, the moon affects the water, and I was shown that they may go through cycles, or like one day they may be this way and then the next day they're the other way, and these are things that need navigated patiently. But they want you to learn these things so that you can be more aligned. I just really feel it's probably really hard to get to know this person, but I do see from your perspective that you do see like the wonders within their depths and things like that. They may not always feel so seen, but you definitely do see them in ways that they can't even see themselves, I want to say. May openness lead you to connection. May your heart and your scope expand. And those are your affirmations to rest on. I want to say to rest on and to leave on and to meditate on. And if you have been having some like turbulence with this person, with this connection, I hope you are giving yourself some compassion and like extra love, because that can really be difficult and that can be straining on you. And if you are trying to work with this person and really be able to cultivate and work within the realms that can make their world okay and make them happy, if that is something that makes you happy and something that you truly do want to do, with healthy boundaries. I want to say as well though, healthy boundaries. You also deserve healthy boundaries. But I really hope that you are kind of giving yourself some patience. You are giving yourself some self-love and self-compassion as well through these things, because this then is also a learning experience for you. And it can be straining. It can be like hard to handle at times. That is all I see in the cards for you though, and I really, really hope that this reading was helpful and enlightening in any sort of way. I really appreciate you letting me channel your energies and channel your person's energies. I am honored, and I hope that you get some rest. I feel like you may need some rest. And enjoy the rest of your day and night, and I will see you in the next reading.